Welcome back, our dear viewers, and our guest this evening is Mr. Jabr Alfadhalah. And of course, Mr. Jabr is a Kuwaiti lawyer specializing in public law and holds a Master of Laws, LLM, and it's a degree with honors. And he has extensive experience in constitutional and criminal and family law. And in this discussion, he will address the important legal issues related to domestic violence. We're talking about also family disputes and child protection under Kuwaiti law. And he will also provide legal guidance for couples and also explain how family law contributes to social stability, of course. And through his expertise, he aims to raise awareness about the legal rights and family protection in our lovely country, Kuwait. Mr. Jabr, welcome back to Hala Kuwait, and it's really a pleasure to have you tonight with us.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure. So how does the Kuwaiti law define the domestic violence?
So according to Kuwaiti law, which is a recent decree that was number 11 of 2026, that amended or cancelled and replaced the previous domestic law. So the definition is wide. It's if I'm talking about the definition of domestic crime, it could be act or a threat, which could be physical or mental, financial or sexual harassment against one member of each other in the same family.
Well, that's interesting, and thanks to you for the definition. And we would like to know, like, the first step about it is when someone faces or what do they do legally if they face domestic violence?
So theoretically, any victim should submit official written complaint to the public prosecution. But in the case of urgent, if something happened now instantly, he could proceed his complaint to any nearest police station. Otherwise, the complaint must be written and submitted officially to the public prosecution.
And some people also wonder about the protection or the type of protection they get, or how can a person get a protection order in Kuwait?
So according to the domestic violence law, there is what we called it legally a protection order. During the investigation and the public prosecution authority, if there is any indication or evidence that there is any type or any harmful type of threat to the victim, especially when I'm talking physical threat, they could proceed with an official order to protect the victim. In some cases, they could provide him with a safe place, or some places they brought a guardian at his house to be his safeguard.
And also about story or a wise quote, let's say, people back then, they used to say, like, to advise someone before getting married, especially for guys, they say, if you want to be wise, if you want to be more reasonable, go and get married. So a lot of people and entities here are encouraging people to study, and let's say not study, to read about marriage before they go get married. And also they join different courses and seminars to prepare them how life will be like after marriage, and how couples treat each other during, let's say, during the marriage, and how to respect each other, let's say, and know each other's right. And also it leads me to ask about the legal advice you like to give people and to couples before getting married.
So this is a great question, actually. Nowadays, a marriage relationship, it's becoming also more complicated than before. So in my expertise, I will say most of the problem that I will give an advice based on that the lack of transparency and honesty between the partner when they're getting to a marriage relationship. What I mean by that, the air must be clear about employment, health issue, some type of businesses, pursuing of post-graduation. Any relationship must begin with the transparency and honesty between the partners. So each one, the man and the woman, they must know what's the conflict they could face in the future. Let me give you an example about case that I faced. So let's say Mr. A, he's going to propose for Miss B. Miss B, after they getting married, she told him, I want to continue my post-graduation. I want to have my master's degree, which she could, it's her right. But to the, let me say, to the thing or to the vision of the Mr. A, he thought she will have a higher degree than me, then we're going to face a conflict, and unfortunately, they filed a case to the court for a divorce, asking for a divorce. So transparency and the clarity must begin from the start of any relationship, so they don't face any conflict in the future. So this is the most advice I will provide.
And also, we're wondering about the couples, like when should couples go to court in a logical base? We're talking about the logic, not for any reason that you know, because of your legal background and your studies, you know that it's not appropriate to go for some specific cases or issues. So when should couples go to court, and when is family reconciliation is better?
Unfortunately, most of cases here in Kuwait related to a family, whether in domestic violence or the general family law. The problem is that in my opinion, couples, they want to pursue and file a case in a court, it must be after they try and fail to have an agreement. So most of the time we are facing in any issue, practical issue, they immediately file a case in a court, which is their right. But in my opinion, they must first try to have a settlement or an agreement. And in that case, if there is any agreement, settlement occur, in my opinion, they could make a written agreement, and this written agreement could be filed to the court, and the court will proceed this agreement until a final verdict of this agreement. The agreement could be discussed or about many parts, about the children custody, financial support, even visitation agreement. So let me say, people or any people in a marriage relationship, they must first try to have an agreement. If they could, they can pursue it to the court. But if they had an arrangement or an agreement, it's better to have it as a written agreement.
And what about, especially our viewers watching us, and they would like to have more knowledge about it, especially our viewers who are watching us and they still didn't get married yet, and they like to know more what comes to the legal point of view. What are the most common legal causes of family breakdown in Kuwait? Tell us the most common.
So I will tell you, there is some things are obviously like financial issues, cheating, which is whether physical or emotional cheating. But in my opinion, the most cases nowadays, in last few years, I am facing caused because of comparing with each other. Somebody compare his wife to another wife, some woman will compare her husband to another. Unfortunately, because of the social medias now, some fake lives, I would like to call it, like what the Kuwaiti court also call it.
They believe it's perfect.
Yeah, they believe it's a perfect life. I want the same what he have. I want the same what she have. And this is the most problem I'm facing now in cases. 90% of people who are having my consultation always comparing with other. So this is, I will say, the deal breaker now in Kuwait. Of course, there is another issue like what I said, financial situation. Maybe sometime the duties doesn't match with the responsibility with some other. Those issues, everybody know about them. But what really we are facing now is, unfortunately, the lack of transparency, again, of clarity, and also comparing with others.
I believe it's such valuable information you shared with us this evening, and we will continue with our guest, but let's have this report, then we'll be back. Stay with us. We're back, our dear viewers, of our guest this evening, Mr. Alfadhalah, lawyer. Mr. Jabbar, welcome back, and such a great information you're sharing with us this evening regarding domestic violence, and also we're talking about family relationships and couples agreement and marriage and many causes and many legal causes. So what does the law, or let's go to our dear children also, they are let's say one of the most important factors, and the family are one of the most important members of the family is the children, the future. It can affect them if the life is positive with their family or custodians or anyone leading the family. They can have a positive future. If something went wrong, it can chase them for the rest of their lives. So how does the law protect children from abuse?
So children are protected from the international law and the Kuwaiti Constitution and Kuwait Act number 21 of 2015. The protection, it's actually this law, I always say one of the best laws globally, Kuwait children right degree, because the protection not just aimed to the criminal aspects, also to the social aspects. So our children, when they face any issues, whether it's a criminal, whether it's abuse, a threat, or emotional damage, or also financial or sexual harassed, they will they will be victimized, and also there is a huge penalties to commit these crimes.
And of course, children can be more sensitive than adults, and sometimes they don't know. It's the weak point of children. They don't know how to express themselves when they get offended or abused. Either it's physical abuse or verbal abuse or many of the type of abuses you mentioned. But we would like to know the legal consequences of child abuse in Kuwait.
So the legal consequences of the child abuse in Kuwait, it's on both two categories. The category A, which is fines, and category B, jail time, and sometime it could be both. So there is multiple punishment to each action that been taken against any child.
And also when it comes to family custody of children, is it legally official, like to say if any problem happened between the parents, can it be leading to any legal action against one of the parents that it's considered child abuse?
Yes, and in this case, the penalty will be severe. Let me just give you a point here. If any abused, there is a difference between a criminal abuse from one of the parents, or the father, especially, or any guardians, households, for example, or the domestic workers. In both cases of the parent or any guardian or a teacher in his work when he's teaching the students, they will face a criminal punishment. But if those abuses been acted by one of the parents, the punishment will be severe. It will be higher, even if it was a fines or a jail time. In addition, if the victim of a child being victimized by his father, he also will face consequences with the government. Any benefit that the father taking from the government, he will face consequences because of that. So a father, if he have a child and while he's parenting his child, he abused him, he will face two consequences, a criminal and an administrative aspects, punishment also.
And we're wondering also about when it comes to domestic violence or any other cases, like legal cases when it comes to marriage and like filing for a divorce or anything. Is it possible, or let's say in general, even when it comes to child abuse, as we also mentioned, when the court take the witness or take the let's say the part of being a child being a witness in a case, is it possible?
Yeah, it is, but let me tell you, the child cannot be witness as a legal firm witness, but the authorities could hear what those childs will say. For example, there is a fight between father or mother with child, and there is his friend, they were sitting next to them. Police came in, they will ask them what happened. They will ask their parent to come, but they could not be as witnesses, as a legal firm witnesses. They could be heard, they will hear what they say, what they witnessed, but we cannot say they are legally termed, they are witnesses, because each definition has its own consequences and procedure.
And we would like to know also about the family law in Kuwait and how it can help to support the social and family stability in Kuwait.
So here in Kuwait we have multiple law. We have general civil law that can govern also family relation, domestic violence, child abuse. Also we have family law. Those laws are connected with each other to have a stable society, because any society, you must protect the family. There is no society, even in legal terms as society, without protected families. So they are the core. Therefore, most of the laws here in Kuwait are connected. That's why sometimes you say there is a lawyer, with one case he used 3 or 4 laws to apply it and connected with those cases. So in general, yes, there is more than one code here in Kuwait to protect it, and they are efficient until today.
Yeah, and also let's not forget about when it comes to family laws and family legal issues, and many cases like we have the custodians or the parents are responsible about the children, but when it comes, as you know, and based on your career and knowledge about that field, also there is a factor in any relationship between the couples and the married couples and what kind of lawsuit they might sue each other with. We're talking about an important factor, which are the parents of the husband and the parents of the wife. Does the court consider them being a legal witness? They can witness against the husband, like the parents of the wife, and the parents of the husband, they can witness against
any adult
wife.
could be witness. When I was saying about the children, they couldn't be in legal term witnesses because they are underaged. There is a consequences based on the one. But any adult, whether the grandfather or mother or whether the
because
parents,
of the emotions.
yeah, that's
mother,
what I mean.
yeah.
In those cases of the emotion, when you say that maybe they will witness, but they could face a problem, or they can
tweak the story.
Yeah, that doesn't happen, because if they happen, they will face a 7-year jail. When they
found out that they're wrong.
Yeah, so no, that couldn't be happen, but they could be a witness. And let me tell you something,
please.
Usually it's in civil law, family members cannot be witnesses in any commercial or civil contract to witness. But in the family law, even the parent could witness, even if they didn't saw what happened, they just heard about what happened. Because most of the family problems, it's in the house or in the apartment or in the closed place. Outsider, they didn't no, they didn't witness anything.
The wife tells her mother, or
exactly. And in that case, if a mother of the wife went to the court and she said, I heard my daughter said that he did that and this and this, in that case, she could be a witness, because, as again, and family law has a unique characters that we cannot compare it to any other laws.
Definitely. And also would like to know your opinion, sir, about the changes that could improve the family protection and unity in Kuwait.
So what I want to say, there is law codes here in Kuwait. I'm not saying anything bad about Kuwaiti law, because it's an excellent and exceptional law. What I want to say, to have an advice, people must know their responsibility and their duties to their children. Even the children must know their responsibility. Now in the school, I guess they have a new chapters called Al-Watani, I guess. They teaching the children about their rights, because some parenting method, they think that it was working, it doesn't work anymore. They could face a criminal cases if still some parent using what I want to say parenting old method.
Exactly. And we would like to have also, before we end this inspiring interview and also a lot of valuable information you shared with us, thanks to you, Mr. Jabr, we'd like to have an advice from your behalf, especially for people who are willing to get married soon, and from a legal and social point of view, please.
Don't ask about legal rights. Just be clear, transparency. Don't think 1% to visit any lawyer to know your right or your duties. Have a go in your marriage relationship like what your father did and what your grandfather did, and move on.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Jabr. It's a real pleasure to have you tonight on Hala Kuwait, and wish you the best of luck with your future endeavors.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. Dear viewers, we just had with us Mr. Jabr Alfadhalah, a lawyer. And let's go now and share with you our third report of the evening. I'll be back. Stay with us.